Paul Pierce, I'm guessing is like an ex-NBA player, going to say that he thinks that ball players or black men in general prefer white women because they are not afraid to be held accountable and they apologize. Are we talking about the same clear women that yelled grape in the movie Rosewood because her husband was beating her up and down the street and she was tired, so she blamed one of you niggas? Are these the type of women that take accountability? That clear woman in Walmart that got that Indian man locked up. He's still in jail. He's been in jail for over a month because she lied and said that he tried to steal her baby. And then you looked at the surveillance and he literally just asked her where he could find the Tylenol. And she pointed him in the direction. Accountability is like kryptonite for a lot of you niggas. At the end of the day, we don't have a choice but to be accountable as black women. We get blamed for everything y'all do. We get blamed for the state of the community. We get blamed for the kids that we stay and raise. We get blamed because we stick around and assume responsibility and we take accountability when a lot of you motherfuckers just flee. At the end of the day, we don't have the same experience walking through the world. We have not had the same experience in this country. If we got up here and compared y'all to white men, the same way that y'all compare us to white women, you would never measure up. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
So there's this interview that popped up on my feed on TikTok where a black athlete was asked why many black athletes marry white women. And instead of just saying, oh, that's my preference, that's who I like, or that's what I like, that's my preference, that's what I want, this person opened his mouth and said,
I honestly think that maybe they appreciate maybe more and they apologize more. They don't mind being held accountable.
So today I want to talk about why this thing is more than a preference and why this kind of statement is disrespectful, is tiring, and it is fake as hell. So the real issue here is not who you are dating, that's your business. Love who you want to love. But the moment you start building your preference on top of the stereotypes about black women, you have lost the plot. So you want to tell me that you like white women because they say sorry more? First of all, an apology without accountability is manipulation. Are you aware? Secondly, when did softness become submission? Because a lot of what you men call peace is silence. No challenge, no pushback, no mirror held up to your mess. The white women are softer narrative only works if you buy into the idea that black women are aggressive, loud, argumentative, and ungrateful, which is very funny because the same black women that you people talk about like this are the same black women that raised you, sacrificed for you, went to war for you, and now that you've suddenly made it, we're not good enough. You think white women are more grateful because they smile at you when you say something stupid, right? Or maybe you just don't like being called out. You don't want a partner, you want a fan.
In sports, when you are a good black athlete, oh, you're a good boy. You get privileges, you get access to things, you get things that that you wouldn't otherwise get as a black man in our society. And I think that does something up here to where they feel on par with white men. And it displays in who they choose as a partner. Of course, there's the whole status symbol and what that is in their society. But I think there's a certain desire to be on par or to be seen as on par with white men. And for whatever reason, in the sports realm, race slightly, the racial lines and such, not in certain ways, because Colin Kaepernick, but when you are a good athlete, white men don't hate you as much. That's what it seems like, or how it appears. Not that it's actually true, it's just how it appears. And it results in this behavior of, I'm on par with you, I think.
Now, this thing is not about love. It's about image. It's about branding. It's about access. Let's just say it straight. A white woman standing next to a black man in America, especially a rich one, is still seen as an upgrade in certain spaces. It's a symbol. It opens doors. It softens his image to sponsors and boardrooms. It makes him more palatable. So it's not about appreciation, it's about assimilation. That white wife, trust me, that's a business card. That's a trophy, allegedly. Something that says I made it without actually having to say a word. Some of these women are not actually soft. They're not being soft. They're being strategic. They know how to play cool girlfriend until the marriage is locked, the lifestyle is funded, and the lawyers are ready. That softness that you guys are clamoring for turns into ruthlessness when it is time for divorce. So if you think submission is equal to loyalty, good luck to you, king. When you date somebody or when you're with somebody because they don't challenge you, they let you be lazy, and because they don't hold you accountable, that's not love. That's comfort. And comfort does not grow you. It actually weakens you. So while you're out here thinking you have escaped the drama, you are actually avoiding maturity. And the women who would have loved you into your best self, you threw them under the bus for clout.
Date who you want to date, man. That's your preference. But don't down the entire group of black women because you don't prefer them. You prefer somebody else. There are plenty of black women. I'm married to one. Been with her since 87. That will apologize. That's very, very appreciative. Don't mind being held accountable. And a lot of times won't even hold me accountable when I'm messing up big time. Being extremely supportive. I know plenty of black women like that. So it ain't funny for you to disparage and down talk and feed into these narratives about black women because you prefer not to date black women. That's your preference, dog. So you don't have to down black women to justify your prejudice. Because that's prejudice against your own women. And it ain't funny. The dude that's sitting up there with you is not funny. The black woman that's sitting up laughing with you is not funny. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I try not to get my emotions too high when I'm making these videos. But I'm extremely pissed off for you to make a statement like that. When it's extremely disrespectful and it's wrong. Them dudes do that because that's their preference. And it might not even be their exclusive preference. That just might be who they fall in love with and who they be with. That don't mean them dudes won't marry a black woman. They just didn't.
Former NBA player Paul Pierce says that black NBA players date white women because they hold themselves accountable and apologize more. And I just don't understand. I think black men are the only race of men that publicly go and do that. I don't see any other race of people publicly shaming one while uplifting the other, shaming their own race while uplifting the other race, which is nothing wrong with dating outside your race. Date who you want, date who makes you happy, date who you love. But you don't have to mention black women at all. At all. Like, what are we not getting? God bless you.
So finally, nobody cares if you like or if you love white women. What we care about is how you constantly use black women as an excuse. If your love is real, you don't need to justify it by insulting others all the time. And maybe if some of you spent less time trying to impress white people and more time unpacking why you see black love as a burden, you'll stop embarrassing yourself on podcasts and interviews. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And if you have ever seen any black man explaining his preference like this, please tag him. We're talking about him today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. My name is Benita. I'll see you in my next video. And please, guys, black guys, stop blaming black women for your preferences. Thank you. Bye.